Hey, what's up, people? My name is Rohan Sapra. Welcome to this podcast and this episode. Today, this is a special feature here. We've got two amazing people that I've had the opportunity. One of them that I worked with, and one person I met at a mastermind. We share pretty similar perspectives about marketing in general. So today, this episode aims at adding value in your lives to help you show the real side of what successful people think. And the biggest takeaway that I want you guys, the listeners of this podcast, to take away from this podcast is that how all three of us are different, yet like we'll have different perspectives about the different things, yet we will also have some common patterns, like common opinions and common personality traits. So the thing that I want you to take away from this particular podcast is to observe those patterns that are common between all three of us, because we've done some good things in our business, and take away the best learning here for you. So I'm going to start with you guys. So Vivek, why don't you begin, man? Introduce yourself for the people here.
Thanks. Firstly, thanks for inviting me here, Rohan. It's been a while that we have had a long, no bounds chat, and I hope that this is what is we're going to go towards that. Okay, quickly for everyone, hi, this is Vivek Kandula. I run an advertising agency called Strux. Still, we work with a lot of edtech companies, and we help them scale using Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, and everything. And we work on building their businesses using consulting also. It's fun. It's fun. It's always been fun. And my favorite part about marketing is storytelling. So I am in here because I like to tell variety, weird stories.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about the Ninja Hattori ad, which we did. I think at some point in time, we'll just take it up. But it was very fun. So I like to do something which is very offbeat, which is going to stand out. So that is what marketing is about for me, telling good stories which are standing out for people while keeping the entire essence of the brand intact. So I'm happy to be here amongst you two great two people.
Fantastic. Yeah, Jayant.
Awesome, man. So
Yeah.
I'm Jayant. I run a company called PixelTrack with my co-founder, who a lot of people know as Distill Deepak.
Oh yeah.
And what we specialize in is email marketing, both cold and warm. And what we pretty much solve two of the biggest challenges any companies have, which is how to get more leads and how to get them to buy, get them in that buying mindset before even like they get on a sales call. That's what we bring into the table. And like Vivek, like I love telling stories on my emails. I love changing people's perspectives, just like our podcast. And super excited to be here.
Awesome. I'll also introduce myself because मैं self promotion भी करूँगा. So my name is Rohan Sapra, guys. I am the founder of Impact Excel. We are an advertising consulting firm. Do you want me to remove this?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am a advertising consultant. Like I run an advertising consulting firm, and we consult primarily businesses who do digital products like courses, coaches, mentorship programs, and marketing agencies. Basically, we want to help them turn their advertising into profit. That's primarily what we do. So now that your promotion ho gaya, let's get started to real stuff, the meat and potatoes. So the idea here is I want you guys to share your perspective, right, about different things. So I've got some questions thanks to ChatGPT. Right. So I took some ideas from ChatGPT itself, and then I added my own masala to it. So I want to start on this note of asking, say, Jayant first, that imagine I don't know the word success or any synonyms of the word success. Okay, just imagine that. How will you explain me what success means? Like, what does success mean to you?
Holy shit. What? I thought we were discussing something else. Okay.
No, we will come to that marketing stuff also.
That's cool. That's a fun question. Like nobody has asked me such questions. You came up with that seriously? No,
No, this is no, come on. This is me, yaar.
That is good. Yeah. This is so deep, bro. Deep questions. All right. So I'll share my perspective of this with you. Yeah. So, I mean, the definition of success has definitely varied over the period of time. 5 years ago, if you asked me, okay, Jayant, what is success? I would have told you like, becoming Dr. Jayant, having a PhD in my hand was success. Then after that, the phase came where I thought, you know what, if I make 30 lakhs a month in revenue, that is success. Now I'm feeling, not quite. It's probably not there yet. But if somebody asks me, I have never heard the word success, and for the first time in my life, I'm hearing this word, and I don't know. Jayant, explain to me what is success. I would say like, you have the ability, you have the ability to pursue your, I would say, passion.
Yeah.
Do whatever the hell you want without being a slave to a particular routine, and you pretty much enjoy throughout the day, and you are striving towards something. For me, success is like running a pirate ship. It's like, I watch a lot of pirate movies and animes,
Yeah.
so everywhere the one core lesson is like they just enjoy being in the sea. That's all. They
Mm.
just march forward. There are storms. There are like all sorts of cyclones coming up, but all they love is like sailing through the sea, and that's what I feel.
I love that reference, man. Love that
As
analogy.
long as
That's
you're
deep.
doing that,
Yeah.
you are successful. Yeah, I would love to hear from Vivek and Rohan as well.
Yeah. Vivek, go for it.
Okay, so I absolutely agree with what Jayant has been saying. Again, it has been varying. But one thing, if I just break it down into a core value, right? If I wake up in the morning and I say the shit, man, there's another day that's day, I'm gonna be like, let's just pack this up.
Yeah.
Right. So again, agents like running an agency is like 55 needles which you're pushing into yourself. That's what it actually feels on a day-to-day basis. Like, but you still wake up and you still are really, really enjoying it. It's
Yeah.
because you are a person who thrives in chaos, or you are a person who loves to jump into firefighting, or you're a person who likes to generally, help other people succeed, and you find happiness in other people's smile. So for me, success is that. For me, success is where I can see people who have the potential to grow or potential to shine, help them shine. And if I see the smile in their face, that is what it has been. Because I don't know, but like in Indians, right, we are very, very, our happiness depends on other people's happiness. That's how
Oh,
we are
yeah.
raised on.
Oh, yeah.
So it has mentally tuned me to be like, okay, fine. If my client is happy, or if again my person who I'm working with, my team is happy, it's not just the client. My team is very happy with the work they are doing. I'm very, very happy. If they are not happy, I'm not happy. So for me, success is waking up and seeing the other person who I'm working with, or I'm staying with, or who I'm around, smile. And that drives me happiness. And that is what success means for me.
Beautiful, man. I agree with Jayant. I agree with Vivek as well, because I think we share same perspective here. And because I want to give a little different perspective also to the audience, so I'm going to just add some more to this. Okay, so that's true. Whatever they said, I 100% agree to it. I think it's like people understand and define success through seasons, and I think the definition evolves with time as much as you grow. Like for me, initially success was making money. And I'm telling you, when people pay me today, say 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh, I have no excitement.
Yeah,
It doesn't excite me.
Yes.
I think what success truly, like what I feel success is that authority that you earn to go out there and say something and then make people listen to you. I mean, to add what you guys are saying, like I think my opinions and thoughts were still the same, are still the same. Even like they were the same when I got started a couple of years back, but there were less people listening to me. I did not have the privilege to have people like you guys on my podcast. Now, I think the reason why you guys are here is because of the tiny bit of success that I've achieved. So success is doing what you love, as Jayant said. Success is like being out there, being passionate about it. Success is, as Vivek said, doing it for your team, for people, for your clients who are winning. And if you guys noticed, the listeners out here, nobody out of these two, including myself, talked about money aspect to this. And I wanted to just highlight that because this is not about money. And now I want you, Jayant, to please show off. Batao sabko. Kitna paisa revenue karte ho? What is the company? Because I want you guys to like talk about it, because I want people to see that this is not coming from some, reading from a book or a course. I want people to...
Yeah. So yeah, if I talk about money, I don't think that matters a lot. But yeah, we hit 35 lakhs a month this month with all of all of the businesses that we run, coaching, consulting, and agency.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, like since we spoke about success, and very rightly said, it doesn't matter shit. Because I used to think, like I told you, like making 30 lakhs a month
Mhm.
is successful. Now that I made it, I don't feel happy. I feel relieved. Oh, I made it. Chalo.
Yeah. And like,
Right?
what
Haan,
next?
chalo.
Now next,
What
let's
next?
set the
Okay,
next
1
target.
CR.
Once
Make it $1 million. We are at $500,000. It's not enough. And then
Yeah.
probably, then I think when I listen to Alex Ramosi, he keeps saying this, right? It's a
Yeah.
game ultimately where you
It's a
keep
game.
on doing the next
Yeah.
thing, the next thing. Plus, bro, like, why this doesn't excite me? Earlier, I used to think, okay, making money is so much cool. Now
Yeah.
that you know what it takes to make that amount, oh, bro, like, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
right? You guys
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about. Like,
100%.
I yesterday posted something on Twitter, I think, Twitter or LinkedIn, I forgot, but it was like day 1 to day 15 of a business owner. Date 1 to date 15 of the month, right? It's
Okay.
anxiety. अरे
Yeah.
अगला sale किधर आएगा? Ad चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा. Then date 15 to date 25 is like a little bit relieved, like okay, sales are coming, cool,
Mm.
ads are running well, everything
Yeah.
cool. Then date 25 to date 30 or 31, then you have to pay salaries. Then you feel, oh, where is all this money going? Right? Again, tax dalo, Google ads, sales commissions. So all this thing is required to make it. And I
Yeah.
think when you see what it takes to make that much money, you feel like, is money really worth it? Or
Yeah.
should I just discount that and just enjoy this entire process because we are surviving, thriving? In fact, a year ago, I would never imagine, or 2 years ago, I would never imagine our company would be making like 30 lakhs plus with a
Yeah.
healthy, 50-60% profit margin.
Yeah.
So that's where this perspective changed, that, you know what, like, as long as we are sailing through, we're enjoying the waves, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I was like in that phase initially and money started to come in, I was like, I've been in a job for 14 years. I was at 1 lakh per month salary, dude. And then I started to make that weekly. I
Yeah.
just feel that I'm blessed. You can call me lucky if you want to, right? But for me, and then after a while, after a few months, one day I wake up, Vivek mentioned, rightly mentioned, one day I can so much resonate with what he said. One day I wake up and I'm like, why the fuck am I not happy? What's killing me? I have the money. This is what I wanted, right? Now, why am I not happy? Why do I feel burnt out?
Oh my God, I resonate with that so much.
Why am I feeling the burnt heat? What is going on? I'm like, why am I not happy? Then I went to Goa with my wife for 15 days to introspect. And then guess what I was doing there? Working. There's so much true, man. So Vivek, what about you, man? Like, so Jayant is at, say, already 35 lakh per month revenue wise. So people who are listening to this podcast, you know that you're listening to real action takers and practitioners. You can Google us later on. Vivek, what about you, bro?
We need 15 lakhs per month in revenue.
Yeah.
And again, it's a company owned by me. So agency में ऐसा होता है कि तुम्हारा 60% margin मच जाता है. That's how it works. So 60% is yours. It's not like a product company where you have 5%, 6% margin. So we're at a very happy stage. Again, at that point of time, no, it all breaks down to this.
Yeah.
Like 3 lakhs से ज़्यादा क्या? What will you spend? Like again,
Yeah,
what is that
dude,
lifestyle?
I was legit calculating once, right? Okay. And I think I posted it on LinkedIn as well. So I was, it was Shubh, Rohan knows, right? I was sitting with Shubh and I was like, dude, how much money do we really need to like live like, not like a billionaire lifestyle, but like a good lifestyle? Like you can afford like a Mercedes. Like what is the number? So it's legit like bunch of madmen. We just sat and wrote down, अच्छा इतना खर्चा होता है rent का, ये होता है food का, and we came up with a number which is like 3,50,000.
That's
if you have kids and everything. If you have kids, let's say extend it to like 4 lakhs. If you really want to like have international vacations, have like Beamer car of your own. So I think once you hit like 4 or 5 lakhs a month in personal income, you're pretty much saturated with the amount of money you can spend. Right.
You're done. Your checklist is done. Then after that, what?
Private jets में नहीं बैठना है अपने को.
Oh no.
वो तो नहीं है. That's not the goal. As long as I get an Excel sheet in an Indigo flight, I'm very happy.
That's an agency owner. Yeah, that's it.
So
yeah, premium economy works. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. So great insights, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your perspective honestly. And I appreciate that because I know both of you personally. So I know that you were being honest out there. So moving forward and adding a little more masala to this, can you each share a defining? So I have these written, and this is ChatGPT. This one is
Chalo.
ChatGPT. Can
Cool.
you each share a defining moment in your journey as veterans at what you do in like the marketing industry that shaped your perspective on life and entrepreneurship? Any that defining moment? I'm pretty sure there probably are many such moments, but
You
one
know,
that
Rohan, तू मेरे को कल रात को देता था, I would have prepared.
क्यों तू? The game was that, dude, or impromptu जाएंगे, spontaneous, no
Got
preparation.
it. This is fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
Such
I'm
great
not sure that this question is ChatGPT question. This is all Rohan GPT.
No.
Yeah,
ये
maybe.
रोहन अपने आप
Who
लिखा है
Sir, I
ChatGPT
added my
को
masala.
फालतू के
Okay.
add
I did my masala to it. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
I'll let Vivek start this one. Like, okay.
Okay, go for
Jayant
it.
starts.
Arey
Arey,
bhai.
chalo, I'll start, yeah, guys. I'll start.
Okay, you
Yeah,
start.
go.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Defining moment that changed my perspective. My defining moment was there was 1 week I did my first initial few weeks of selling courses through webinars and workshops. And 1 week I wake up and like 1 week, I realized that in 1 week I've made 75,000. Then I aimed for 1 lakh, but I failed. Then I failed again. Then I failed again. Then came the week when I hit that 1 lakh. And then there was no excitement. Then I was gaming for more. Then I went from 1 to 1.5, then to 2, then to 3. Vivek knows because he was a part of the team. And then came that time when I woke up one day, fine day, and I was feeling the heat. I was burnt out. I was not happy. I'm not kidding. I was not happy. I don't know. I wanted to shut everything. I was done. Okay. And I was like, why is this happening? And then I started to introspect, discussed a lot of things with different people, veterans, entrepreneurs, to find my answer. And then I realized it was the kind of people that I was serving.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God. So true.
And I'm getting goosebumps right now as I'm telling you this.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, because it's a real story. Like it's
Yeah.
the truth. And then I realized the people that I was serving to, because it was landing page domination, 500 rupee entry, aajao, seek lo. And I was like, jitna sikha sakta tha, I was doing it live. And then and questions and whatever. So basically I realized that basically the people that I'm serving are not the people that I probably want to serve. Nothing wrong with them. There's nothing against with them. It's just me. Okay, I take it on me. I was like, I don't probably want to serve to them. So
That
my
emotional turmoil when you have put so much effort and they don't get results, it just hurts so badly, right?
Oh, dude, like it makes you go sleepless. I've also cried, honestly speaking, a couple of times. So and then that was my defining moment when I realized that what truly marketing is. And I realized that marketing is not just about getting people and customers. It's about getting the right kind of people and customers. It's about that.
Yeah.
It's about working. And that's why we are in the same mastermind. It's the
dude, so much. Like I look at people when they come to me, oh, my cost per lead is like 5 rupees. I'm like, so what?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Mine is 50, but I can make like 1 CR out of it if I want.
Now, these are not even the numbers that I look at, honestly speaking. Like last night, we did our best number. I'll tell you, because we're doing it on 24th of June. 23rd of June, one of our clients of our company got 73 sales in one single day.
What?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. I posted it on Instagram just earlier today in the morning. Screenshot.
Damn,
Right?
bro.
So, but the reason I think why I was able to, we are able to do this today is first, thanks to my wonderful, hardworking team. That's reason number one. Second is the reason why we are able to do it is because we have detached ourselves completely from the outcome of the actions we take. So I heard Alex Hermosi say this once, that don't set your actions as the goal, but instead, don't set the outcome of the actions as the goal.
I was thinking
Instead, set the actions as the goal. And so for me, defining moment was the people that I was serving, how it got started. And then I realized after serving to that group of audience that I don't want to be there. I think I'm going to be doing something else. So this became my defining moment of what I truly want to do. And today I'm here. So that's just my story. Yeah. So now you guys
love that. I love that part. Okay, before I share, because I got a lot of lessons from here, because I think without knowing it, I tried this. So when I was doing this outreach thing, so if people don't know, my specialty in the field of digital marketing is cold outreach. I can safely say I'm really good at it. Really good at it.
Okay.
Looking at my success stories.
Okay.
So when I got started as a freelancer, what used to happen is like I used to be very afraid, like, hey, what if people don't respond? What if I don't get clients?
Yeah.
But I think if Hormozy would have been there, it would have been fantastic. But when then I was thinking, like, what if I send 200 messages every single day to all these people, very personalized, for the next 100 days? That's like 20,000 SMSs, cold emails sent to people. It's highly unlikely that I won't get any clients.
Yeah.
And believe me, like 30 days into this, this particular cadence, and I landed like 3 clients straight up, each paying me almost 1.5 lakh a month. So I was like, oh, it works. You just have to like let go of that, end goal, which freaks you out.
And maybe do more of it.
Yeah. Cool. So, speaking about, I was just introspecting, like what are the moments when my perspective changed on life? And it's nothing related to entrepreneurship though. So here's what happens. I used to be a PhD student. I used to, as a PhD student, if you crack like this exams, you make like a little bit of money. And I cracked this net exam, and I was getting paid a little bit of money. It was 40,000 you make. That's pretty much it. Back then, it was like a big deal.
Yeah.
But I was from science, right? So it was not like arts or commerce where you sit in front of a computer and get it done. With science, you have to like hire laboratories, and they have their own charges. Sometimes you get funds from the government. I didn't. So I used to spend all my allowance on lab expenses. So I literally had like zero money. And there was a time when I had to go back home, and I literally had like some 30 rupees in my pocket. I was in Pondicherry back then. I didn't have money to like go ahead and rent a hotel and sleep there. So what I did is like I walked from the bus stop. So bus stop to Pondicherry, there is a rocky beach. That's like 15 minutes walk. I walked, and there is a big, massive Mahatma Gandhi statue there. Right? It's like a nice marble floor. I was like, oh, this is cool. So I slept there. Early morning, there was a train, and because I didn't have like that, the ticket to go in, so I got like a 10 rupees platform ticket, and Pondicherry to Odisha is like 24 hours. Okay. And with that 10 rupee ticket, I went inside the general compartment. Where like it's like stocked with people. I've seen like, have you ever gone in trains? It's like,
yeah.
The general compartment is like always filled with people. So much so, it was like the most traumatizing experience of my entire life, where I saw like people didn't have space to sit, so they would like stand inside the bathrooms.
Oh damn!
It was that cramped, and I was just like standing or like hardly balancing myself in one leg, and I was like that for like some 3-4 hours, and finally found a place to sit on the floor. Slept on the floor, reached my home, and all throughout this 24 hours journey, dude, it felt like 24 years of travel. And all throughout, I was like, dude, I am facing this life.
Yeah.
My family will never, ever go through this experience. Yeah. That's when I decided, like, fuck all this PhD degrees. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to start my business. Like, I don't want this life for my family, and whatever it takes, I'll go. So Deepak keeps asking me this, what drives you a lot? I'm like, I don't think a goal drives me. And this is where my perspective changed. I used to think, okay, if there is a big goal, you get excited about it.
Exactly.
Behind it.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, actions. Yeah.
I'm running from a past that I don't want to live, like as far away from that general compartment as possible. And I don't care where it takes me. I feel like that's like a big defining one. And the way this changed my perspective is that like you don't necessarily need to have big goals.
Yeah.
It may or may not be like pleasure. It can also be running away from pain that can motivate you to like work really hard.
So true. Yeah. So true. I heard Russell Brunson say this once. He said that if you want to market to entrepreneurs, make them move towards desire. And if you want to market to the normal, like non-entrepreneurial people, make them move away from pain.
Yeah.
So if you want to bridge the gap and you want to bring like like these people, like for example, how Jayant was, then you probably want to highlight tap into the pain. That's so true. You reminded me of my Bombay struggle days.
Bro, like you also tried to do something like
I stayed in Mumbai for a year. I was into modeling and commercials and stuff. I did a show also.
Yeah, bhai hero ban gaya hamara.
Bas bhai bas. Google mat karna, guys. Please don't embarrass me.
Rohan Sapra. What is that show? I forgot. Splitsvilla? No.
No, that was not Splitsvilla. It was MF 101, Male Fantasy 101 was the name. Don't judge me and don't judge the show by its name. Though it was shot. Did I tell you it was shot in Bangkok?
I know. This was shot in Bangkok. I forgot. It was something, along those lines. I thought it was Splitsvilla, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. This was like 14, 15 years back. I was 21 then. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for sharing your opinion on that, Jayant. Your defining moment. Super inspiring. What about Vivek?
For me, like again, how much ever we say that money is not really important in this phase of life, but money at a point of time is going to be an ego boost. And that is very, very important for a starting entrepreneur.
Yeah.
When you're starting off, that is a metric which is going to tell them whether you're successful or not, or you're just an absolute failure, like how you were, like how all of your cousins, which your mom keeps telling you about. You're absolute opposite of them. So when again, this was again, I do not come up from a well-off family. I come up from an upper middle class family. Struggles are always there, but that being said, there was never not a day that there is a plate on our table, the food on our table. So money is not a conversation. I do not come from a business background, so money is not a conversation we do on a day-to-day basis. And like kitna aa raha hai, kitna rogda aa raha hai, is something is a very last thing we think in our minds, because money is not a discussion we do. So when I got into my first partnership with one of my clients, I did not know what to ask. So I ended up in a very bad deal. Right. So now when you're starting off, when this person was starting off, very bright person, very good person, he was again when he was starting out, I was starting off, we were putting enough good amount of efforts, we were going up together, but because of the bad deal I have made, person has built up in like amazing studio inside his house with like 40 lakhs, and I ended up with 8,000 rupees for a span of around 7 months of work. Again, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And even then, since again, as I told you, I like to see the smile on the other side person's face, and I was like, okay, fine. I'm telling myself like, all is well, all is well, all is well. But that being said, the 8K pinched me a little bit. The thing that pinched me more is like, this person has, again, when I was doing with him, this person has approached a bigger agency, and he's like, hey, Vivek, I'm gonna get this big guy on board because he has money at this point of time. I'm gonna get this big guy on board, and why don't you answer the comments on my ads? So that would be a work, and that broke me.
That's hard. That's harsh.
I'm like 8K to theek tha, but ye kya hai? This is next level.
Yeah.
And I could not go. I'm like, no, this is not happening. So let me see if I can make this guy do this in like 7-8 months. I can make 15 people do this in like 6 months. That's why it's born a Strux. That's why Strux was born, and that is my defining moment. Again, was like,
that gave birth to, so I did not know this story, though I worked with Strux.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, again, we get into bad finance decisions. Now, after that, my one thing which again, this was something which is really hard for me to learn. But like, money is one discussion. I have it very, very upfront, so that once that is clarified, we move forward in a much more, and we can focus on the work, which I love about.
Right.
So for me, the defining moment is having the tougher conversations and making sure that conversations are the right on a longer term. So for me, that was a defining moment, and that is something that's, for me, it's a huge thing, because we never, again, like me, I guess even Rohan comes from a non-business background. Even I think I do not know much about Jayant, but Jayant, please let me know. Like, are you from a non?
Yeah, my family is
so we're in the same boat, right?
Oh,
money is such a bad conversation for us to have. So this was a huge, abhi jhatka laya na, itna zor se jhatka laga that like this was a huge hit on the self-respect. And for a new entrepreneur who's just starting out, who trusts himself, who has immense confidence, when this happens, you break. And when you break, no, with that ego push jata na, I want to build back so strong that this person is gonna come back in a single day.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
So that is my success story, and that was one of my defining moments. So
Fantastic.
it is a good answer.
I think
You need
like
a
that.
trigger, right? Without a
Exactly.
trigger, you just
That's
can't.
the word.
Begin.
And this is amazing that you mentioned this, because this will beautifully fit in with the next question that I have here. I had a huge list of questions though, but I think I'm gonna like cut some of them out. So, but the next one that I want to ask, and I'll continue. I would request Vivek you to continue, because you actually mentioned something here. Could be a probably an add-on to the same question. So it's failure is often considered like a stepping stone to success, right? Like you rightly mentioned. So is that your significant failure that you experienced once that you narrated, the story that you shared with us? So how did it ultimately help you grow as an individual per se, that eventually made you become the great marketeer that you are today?
Again, marketer, like I was decent from good day one, because I used to shoot films. I want to become a filmmaker. So if I have to introduce myself, say I would want to become a filmmaker. I decided to become a filmmaker. I told my dad. My dad said no, I become a marketer. That's what I keep saying to
Abba nahi mane fir.
so I wanted to do this, and I was very passionate about it. But what I was bad as being a businessman.
Yeah.
So when this happened, so it made me think business. No, I forgot that like मैं बस marketing agency चला रहा हूँ, इसका मतलब नहीं है कि मैं बस marketing करूँ. End of the day, it's an agency. इसमें operations होता है, sales होता है, finance होता है, and there's so much happening. So
Yeah.
that is when, again, that success like gave me a jolt, which is absolutely necessary. And when I look back, no, that is one of the defining moments of the entire way the structure is built. Now, that like based on that, it helped me grow and made me ask tough questions, have tougher conversations, and also understand that like how important a team is.
Yeah.
The first person I hired is only because I did not want to do this alone. It's not because I had any bandwidth issues or anything. I understood that at the top, this journey is very, very, very lonely, and I did not
Yeah.
want to do this by myself. I hired person just because I just wanted to mentor someone, so that if I can download whatever I learn to someone, I can go to a next position where I can learn more.
Oh.
So if there's someone who is
That's
looking
deep.
up to me, and if
Yeah.
my knowledge bank is over, then it's a pressure on me to learn more. So I wanted that pressure. So that is why I hired people, and that's how the team grew from like 1 to 15 now. And we're doing well, really, really well at this point of time. So again, bad moments, bad conversations, bad phases build stronger people, and that will drive you till a point where again it all breaks.
Yeah.
Which
So
will
I think as an
take you to the
individual,
next level.
as an individual, this is the experience that actually kind of ignited that leader inside that was hiding, and that's what took Strux to where it is today, right? I know that you worked with the best of coaches out here. I know, me being one of them. Ting ting.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
So I know,
Like, so we do weekly calls on
Yeah.
with all our clients. So
Yeah.
one weekly call I always looked forward to was Rohan, because we did not talk like metrics was one thing we spoke about, but we spoke marketing. Because there is one guy who I can actually like go like let's do a banter. That was one thing I can forward to. मजा आता था. Like बाकी में like it's just like a consultation call. Like Rohan, it was not a consultation. It was more like a like तू एक बता मैं एक बताऊंगा तू एक बता मैं एक बताऊंगा. So that was fun. So that was something I look forward to. So again, Rohan, I miss it.
I've seen that in Rohan, like that he is very metrics driven, but he is at the same time very creative as well.
Yeah,
So
I think I started on like with like I thought it's all about metrics initially. I'll be very honest. So I wanted to become the best, advertiser and marketer. But now I think it's all about creativity. I think like it's all about that.
Yeah. The performance of ad campaign is mostly, no matter how much tikram you do, it's ultimately the ad creative.
Yeah.
So that's
So
how
true.
it is.
So adding on to that, Jayant, what do you like? Failures are disheartening, right? Like, of course, when you look back and then you'll probably thank God for and the universe for making you experience that failure, because that made you the best version of yourself today. So, but at the same time, when you're in that failure, when you are going through that phase, when you're going through that season of failures, because I've been through that season of failures for a very long time. And what do you do to stay motivated and then bounce back after facing setbacks? What do you really do? What's your secret?
I don't know, man. I was never motivated when I'm failing. I was like, bro, like either do it or die.
This is raw.
Okay.
This is what we need in this conversation. Real truth.
So that is,
It's hard to be
I don't-
motivated when you're breaking down.
No, write down goals.
no writing down goals. So I told you the train thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
so when I quit my thing, like, okay, I let go of that extra, whatever little money I was earning, I let go of that.
Yep.
I'm so thankful for my future. I mean, by the way, guys, I'm getting married this Monday. So
Oh,
same girl.
Congratulations.
dude,
Yeah.
Congratulations. I did not know this, and you're here doing a podcast with us.
You're here doing a podcast.
I mean, it's better than talking to my relatives.
This is respect, bro. This is respect.
Yeah.
Maza aa gaya.
Yeah,
No, I
please
mean,
continue.
it doesn't feel like work. Talking to
Yeah.
everyone around here feels like work. So, it's fine. So back then when I quit it, I remember there was no other option, right? Like, I mean, either you do something or you don't. If you don't, you have all of this humiliation to work for. Even I worked at my father's dukan, kirane ki dukan, for like 15 days, and I was like, नहीं, ये तो नहीं होने वाला मेरे से, ये भी नहीं. So I realized like, अब तो है ही नहीं रास्ता, तो करो बैठ के और क्या कर सकते हो. Like, do it. So,
Yeah, I think the best of success stories are born out of like when you don't have a plan B. I don't know where I read this or heard someone say that the only time your plan A would work when your plan B is to make the plan A work.
yeah.
When you don't have another
Somehow
plan.
you do it.
Yeah, somehow
Dude, like,
because
I
you don't have a
keep
choice.
thinking about this, right?
Yes.
I keep pretty much everyone I spoke to, nobody had like a plan. Like,
Yeah.
they just somehow made it work.
Ah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
definition of entrepreneurship. You start a business and somehow make it work, like, no matter how it goes.
You know, funny thing is, again, whatever I've understood about Jayant in the last like 30 minutes, no, and again, I know Rohan for a while. We are such a kind of people. We just like, abhi देखो, पहले कर लेते, उसके बाद सोच ले.
Yeah.
Let's like do things. Let us not over ponder on things. Let us just like get it done. Let us see how we can make it not work.
Fire the name.
That's how the mindset is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I think that's what it is. Like, I think for me, it was like not like how do you stay motivated to get less failure and more success. It's like how do you reduce the chances of failure every time you take a decision.
So because we're talking about this, right? Because we're talking about failures and we're jamming on it, and I'm loving this conversation, guys. Like, I think we're gonna do this after 6 months, and we'll see how our answers have evolved.
Yeah,
right? Including myself, right? So the question that I have next is: do you think that to bounce back from failures, because people go through failures, we have clients and coaching students, etc. They all fail terribly. In fact, my framework is to push them in the trenches, make them fail. Okay, because that's how you develop that metal to win.
Yeah.
Like, so do you think that developing an alter ego, as they say, is the key? Like,
what do you mean by that?
Do we have like an alter ego? Like, for example, like, do we have a different personality that we turn on and turn off as when we are in the game? Do we have that?
Yeah,
I do.
You do?
I think so.
I do have it. I think even Rohan has seen it.
Yeah.
So, like, even when my team, so we are a complete remote agency, right? So these people have like rarely met me out of this box of Zoom, right? So when they meet me, first thing they say like, "You're so tall." That is the first thing they keep on telling me.
Yeah, I can't imagine, bro. Like,
he's like freaking tall.
Oh,
He's
right.
tall. Yeah. Yeah.
The second thing they keep telling me, Vivek, I didn't know you were so funny. I'm like, I don't keep joking in my client calls. That's not how that works. But the thing is, yeah, there is a kind of focus because of the way we work. There is a kind of focus which is required to do, and उसका मतलब नहीं है कि तुम joke ना नहीं करना है. This is humor which is needed for because it's so stressful.
Yeah.
But when you're off. One thing I've learned in the last 1.5 years is just being in the moment. Such a hard thing to be. It's so again with agents, you know, like अभी ads का overspend हो रहा है क्या Google में? Like that is one thing which is always going in the back of mind. So letting that go and like being in the moment is such a hard thing. So if you're able to do that, no, I think best thing ever.
So do you like develop a personality, Jayant? Like what like I'll tell you that I'm kind of an introvert. I am very shy, honestly. Like you've seen me at the mastermind also. I'm truly very shy. You may not look at me physically appearance, lagta nahi hu. People tell me that you come out as a very strong personality, but I'm actually not. I'm telling you this. From the inside, I'm not.
Rohan will have Delhi se. He's like
but मैं हूँ नहीं, right? From the inside. So you know, so but being an entrepreneur, like, but I think like there is like I have two sides of my personality. Like I think there's one personality who's probably now three, I guess, because now I'm building a team also. So now I think now there's a leader, and then there's a husband, and then there is a son. Now, like, you know, there are multiple personalities. So what do you think about this? Like when you are failing, so do you have to develop it? Do you consciously develop this, or it just happens?
It happens, bro. I mean, I think a lot of it depends on the environment. Like for example, right now I'm like, okay, chilling with my friends Rohan and like Vivek. But if I had to, like 10 o'clock, I had a team meeting today, and I was like full on Hitler. क्यों नहीं किया? Notion में क्यों नहीं upload किया? It was like they were like freaked out looking at me, and now I'm like, okay, very nicely chilling, all those things. I think it just comes, and it comes when it is needed. That's a better way to put it. If it is needed, you'll become that. You have to be a little bit flexible. Though, as opposed to Vivek, I forgot what he just mentioned, but I had an opposing thought in my head. It was somewhere around the lines of like, you know, when he mentioned like when people say you are so funny, and the clients call, you don't behave like that. The thing is, I was thinking you can be that. Like more often than not, I'm more funny with my clients, right? But what happens is when it is absolutely needed, right? Like with my sales team, I'm always like very hunky dory and everything. But if they make a mistake, I'm like, you are dead, bro. Like I go that way straight, and suddenly as a twist ho jata hai, there is a film, no, where like so many faces come out. Like I think that happens. What about you, Rohan?
About me, it's pretty much the same. Like now that I'm building it, I've tried building a team before. Things did not go so well, honestly speaking. You know, I've had bad experiences, and then I think that's how I've learned being a good leader today. And I think it's exactly the same with me too. I think you speak with anybody, will have similar perspectives here, similar experiences. It's like so when I started working with the team, you know Kshitij, you met Kshitij Jayant in the last mastermind. He was here, right?
Yeah.
So this boy is like he couldn't digest it for like I think 3 months that I'm like this as a person. Like Rohan is like this. He was like,
oh,
okay. He just kept looking at me like, no, you like God figure and stuff. Like I'm like, bro, get out of this zone. I am just a human being with 2 legs and 2 arms, and that's it.
Never meet your heroes, bro.
Yeah, never meet your heroes. मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं है भाई. मैं भी गाली दे देता हूँ कभी-कभी. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So yesterday we shot a podcast. I did it with Kshitij. Okay. The title of the podcast is Cigarettes, Friendship and Business.
Oh.
Right. So, and this is again the same way, spontaneous, like the way we are doing it. And he asked me questions, and I was just spontaneous about life, about how I quit smoking. I quit smoking, Vivek, been about a year. How did I manage that? I was just a chain smoker, bro. And then like it's a big achievement for me.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So
it took me a year to like completely get out of it.
So I'm like, so I think it develops like failures are extremely important, as Vivek rightly mentioned, somewhere between. because that's what makes you become stronger as a person. That's what develops that muscle. I think it's like failures are those repetitions, the reps that you have to put in
Yeah,
to
like
develop
muscle
that
failure.
muscles.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how you become a mature entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So when you're failing, you're growing. When you're winning, I don't think you're growing.
What's your current failure? Because I feel like you always fail. at some
Always.
point. You never succeed, never fail. There is always a
ब्रो
balance between success
पिछले
and
3
failure.
हफ्ते से उस क्लाइंट के लिए लगे हुए हैं हम, और कल उसकी हुई 70 सेल्स इन अ डे सिंगल डे. 3 हफ्ते से 10 शॉट्स फेल हुए होंगे हमारे. 3+ nights and this fail and those ads fail and this failed and this strategy did not work and oh god, and please 3 months se we were trying to nail the offer for this client and we were doing decent, but we were not able to get like the ball out of the stadium. We wanted to hit a 6. We were not able to do it for 3 months, right? And after 3 months that day came. So I failed, like series of failures, but those failures don't look like failures to us anymore. Like it's also like, how do you define a failure as a failure? Like, why do we want? I also like challenge.
No,
this.
I'll reframe my question here. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your current? What do you fail at currently?
What do I
Right
fail
now, you
at
feel like
currently?
I'm really bad at this. Right, I need to work on this myself.
Oh, I think I don't know. Maybe I'm. I think.
I'll give you an example. I think so. Right now, I feel like I suck as a leader. I don't know. I don't think I'm capable enough to like lead a team because I see that in them. Like when I like, I can't control my emotions a lot. Like it's like very transparent. I'll just say it out in their face, and that hurts people. I'm surprised. Now I realize that. Right? And I'm like, oh, you should not say things in your heart directly. That's a bad thing. And then I realized, oh, dude, like, okay, I have always been like this, and I just say things out loud, brutally honest. But that's not always the right thing to do because because the way I'm sensing it's becoming like a 4-way communication. What I think and what I say is different. What he feels what I say and what he thinks is completely different. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm failing as a leader right now, so I need to work on the leadership positions in my company. So in such case, with that perspective, what are you currently failing at, both Vivek and Rohan?
I think for me, it's more about, I think, leadership wala thing is there, yes, but I think I've learned it. I'm becoming good at it. And I think where I'm lacking currently is, I think, managing responsibly the finances. I think that part of the business. I think like I'm good at it, but I think there's a scope of it. I personally feel it. मेरे को किसी ने बोला नहीं है ऐसा, but I personally feel it. I feel that I can manage things better.
That's what I meant. Like, yeah. What do you feel?
Yeah. Just maybe 6 months फिर से करेंगे. I'll answer the same question. And I'm like, and then I think people will realize that there's like, you'll always fail and you'll always have something to work towards.
Yeah, you fail at any given point of time. You ask another person, what are you currently bad at? Like I asked Rohan the other day. Like, okay, what do you think is not working? They're like, bro, I hate talking to people and I have to manage a team. Oh, gotcha, I feel you. So
yeah. What about you, Vivek? Good. That's
For me, the biggest, I think, something which I'm trying to improve on, but it's not really happening, is to being consistent. Like as a person, right, you have certain phases where you are like, जो 6 महीने का काम होता है तू like 2 हफ्ते में कर लेता है, and after that you really do not have the reason for you to work. But the thing is, the client team depends upon you on a day-to-day basis to be consistent, at least at a level, for you to be there. So I think that is one thing I'm doing a very, very bad job at, and I understand, because we at our positions, I think again that's what I'm understanding from Jayant and also Rohan. We are very introspecting persons.
Yeah.
We introspect about ourselves on a day-to-day basis. Like, again, what is wrong with me? What can we do to improve? That's very, very important. That's a very important part of the process of growing.
Yeah.
So when this is happening, right, one thing that commonly comes on the top of my list is like, "Tu constant kyun nahi hai?" Like, so this is something which I'm like trying to improve. Again, tried quite a few things, but what I understood is, it's again, there are certain things in business which are like absolutely effing boring. Like take finances, taxes karna, and invoice GST karwana, accounting
reviewing
karna.
sales calls, bro. You have
Yeah.
not been there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, thanks to
Got it.
people
Yeah.
like Alex and Mosey who's bringing this message out loud, like do the boring stuff. Because I never heard
Yes.
anybody else say it.
Yeah.
He was the
It's
first person who
absolutely
actually,
good.
and I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
No, I'll tell you, okay,
Right.
because
So when I
I
even
come
heard from
from
Alex, and also I think I heard the same thing from Layla also. Alex's wife Layla Hormozy.
Yeah.
So this like things are very, very boring, but when you start mastering the things which are boring, that is when your business goes.
Yeah.
So I understood the fact. Now I'm in terms with the fact that like ये प्रॉब्लम है पर मुझे करके घिस के करना है. We have to be consistent. I just need to just like it's taking energy out of me, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because things are bigger than me at this point of time. It's just not me. If I am
Bro, I'll
failing,
tell
there's
you,
a
I'll give you some examples of like boring businesses. So I come from a well-to-do family. Okay, so when I said like I didn't have money, it's because I don't ask my father for money a lot. So we have,
right.
I think as entrepreneurs, we are very egoistic. We just don't
Yeah.
want to
Mhm.
purposefully lay out restrictions. Like I don't want your money to grow my business and stuff like that. Okay, so both my father and uncle, they are like doing really well, and I'll tell you the kind of businesses they run. My father runs a kirana store that makes like 30 lakhs a month, and it's like a huge mall sort of thing, and like he runs that. And my uncle, what he does, he started his career by cleaning out sewage tanks. So जितने भी apartments होते हैं ना, उनका जो tank full हो जाता है, he would
Yeah.
like, he had a
Right.
machine that would suck this out, and he started with that. Every single day, he would go with this tractor with a big tanker in the behind, and go that. It'll be all smelling. He started his career with that, and grew to such an extent that he's owning like real estate properties and stuff. And when I heard about this, okay, this boring stuff and all, like, dude, you did this for like 10 years. What really motivated you to do the? I mean, you are not even passionate about this thing, and that's when like I have a lot of problems with this passionpreneurs out there.
Yeah.
Not like
There you
today.
go. There you
That's
go.
it.
No. Can
All
you
right.
repeat that? I couldn't. Can you repeat that, please?
You shout out,
Yeah.
please.
So my problem is like when he told me, I asked him like, I mean, you hate this thing. Why are you doing this? He's like, bro, I have a kid and I have a wife to support. I don't care what my passion is. This is what makes me money. I'll keep doing it until my family is stable. And once they are stable, obviously he left that and like
Yeah.
built colonies and like he's taking rental income. So all those things happen. But I think everybody understands at one point. It's like, oh, you don't do this, you'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the boring work, you'll die. So do it.
True.
Things
true,
are
true.
bigger than us after a point of time, so we just need to see the bigger picture. And
So because he mentioned about, I'm going to say the word 3, 2, 1, passionpreneur. Because you mentioned about passionpreneur, and I wanted my voice to be deep. Passionpreneur. There you go again. Because you mentioned about passionpreneur, I want Jayant, you to answer this, and then of course Vivek, you as well. That do digital coaches and consultants use misleading ads that make false promises, leading to unrealistic expectations and disappointment and depression?
Yeah, 100%.
How?
I mean,
explain.
Do you want a yes or no answer? Okay, how?
No.
All right.
Not that safe, bro.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's typical, right? I think the biggest problem is the world is talking about how to make $1 million, but the reality is like how I made $1 million, right? And they say, I think if they just change the messaging, it would have been much more realistic instead of doing a webinar on how to make 8 crore rupees in the next 1
So
year.
I'll tell you this roots from here. Like soon you'll probably see it. Okay, because I'm also in the process of launching new ads. And I'm showing my Hyundai i10 there.
Oh.
Because that's what I still drive today.
Oh.
And I'm saying it that if Ferrari attracts you or a Gucci suit, that you don't even come to me. I'm not the person.
True. पता है मेरा sales pitch क्या है? Like in my webinars, so when that story part comes, like that Bollywood story. So I share this train incident definitely, but it starts with this. Hi, my name is Jayant. My father is definitely not a truck driver.
Dude.
I did not come from a poor family. I had well-to-do English education, but job was hard. So I'll tell you the reality of it. And obviously, you have to be a little bit polarizing there.
Yeah.
So
Super.
I think this expectation we need to definitely set, because what happens is, yeah, sure, you can hype this up to the moon, and you can say, okay, I have done so much, you want to learn from me, come in, but it will attract a very wrong set of people.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
I think I've experienced it, some part of it, some bit of it. Yeah, I agree. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to then transition from low mid ticket to high ticket, because I thought
But
that
let me ask this question also, okay? Because just seeing one thing from our perspective is not the right thing. See it from other person's perspective as well. So if you're making about 100 crore a year, so 10 crore a month business, it's not a business that you can do. It's $1 million a month business. Right? It's not a business that you can do in one niche.
Right.
You have to diversify and capture as big of a market as you can. So in that case, if you would have been in their shoes, what would you do?
I'll tell you, that was the next question. So let me refine this question, because what you said is the explanation of my next question. And Vivek, then you take it up from there. Okay. So the next question, which is a follow-up question to the same question, is, and I had that based on your answers, I'll ask this question, but now that you've talked about it, let me just put it out there. Then what's the difference between good manipulation and bad manipulation? Marketers and salespeople are perceived as manipulators, right? Because if showing my Ferrari, if I truly own one, showing my Gucci suit, if I truly own one, if I wear a Rolex, and if I truly own one, then what's the difference? How do we define good manipulation and bad manipulation? Vivek. Oh yeah, I love this. That's it. I nailed it. Mic drop, bro.
So again, like whenever again, it depends upon two different niches, right? So let us say, if I'm talking about making money as a niche, okay, it's talking about business as a niche. Now, let us say we are moving again, like as Russell Brunson says, we move towards success. Entrepreneurship is all about moving. Like you're right, there's never been an ad copy which says what is called SAS. Like success agitation.
So,
there's no pain agitate, and there is a solution framework. So when we do this, right, is where this good manipulation, bad manipulation comes into the picture, and that is where we have to be threading on a very, very straight line, very thin line.
I think it's bad. It's the expectation that you set. Ferrari can be a great book, but if you tell the right
bad
thing,
manipulation is where you are, again, the passionpreneur stuff comes in, when you are like giving very unrealistic expectations, and you're driving these unrealistic expectations with unrealistic situations.
But I'll tell you, there's one answer that I heard on this particular topic from, again, the OG Alex Hermosi. And he said that the difference between good manipulation and bad manipulation is the intention behind it.
Whoa, deep.
That's deep. I still again got goosebumps.
Okay, I'll ask this question then. In this case, do you think anyone starts off with a bad intention? Do you think like the so-called the passionpreneur drivers of the world will come out and say that like, hey, I'm gonna like the villains of a Pixar movie, and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna destroy the world, and with one course at a time? Is that how they start? They genuinely want to make a change in the world, but is it justified? I don't think so. So I understand where Alex is coming from, where it is true in his part of the world, where it's a very first world country. Now, come from a third world country where the economics is very, very different. Do you think it still stays true? Really? I don't think so.
Yeah, bro. That makes sense.
But then it doesn't, like, it also says like, yeah, I mean, people have their own reasons behind what they do and the way they do things.
Okay, I'm gonna come with mic drop.
So like, but like as I said, the SOS, right? Shiny object syndrome. Then when we use such kind of marketing message, are we also not like making people the needle move towards the shiny object syndrome? Because as marketeers, because we all, like in this room, all three of us are. So as marketeers, are we not influencing people's decisions and and their perspective also? Even if we don't want to, but we still are, right? We don't intend
It's
to.
not like we don't want to. I want to.
I
We
mean,
would love to.
I mean,
We
no,
would.
I mean, I'll tell you, there's a line. Like, I'm like, dude, if you like this, what I say in the content I create, and if you think I can make a difference, come to me. Let's work
Okay.
together. Khatam. Nahi chahiye, nahi pasand aa raha, bhai, to chale jao na. Like, so,
Hari,
so any
Rohan,
objection?
okay, fine.
Yeah.
This is very, very different for you, Rohan. Rohan, you're coming from a very secured place. Okay, so I'll be very, very frank here. Since we are going in this direction, I've worked with like quite a bit of coaches who are very insecure about themselves.
Okay.
They are not, again, very insecure. Again, no names out there. Again, there's nothing wrong to be that. They are very, even in our phases of life, we are very insecure in certain times. Now, when you're coming from a secure planes, that is something we can aram se say. At this point of time in my phase, I can say that mera 3 lakh ka per month, mera Mercedes mera paas hai. Main abhi bolunga aana dada mat aao. But at that phase, they come from an insecure phase. So when you're insecure, you talk loud.
That's so true. There's a saying,
Intent
I'll
doesn't
add to
make
that.
sense.
There's a saying, loudest mouths are usually the shallowest.
Yeah.
Again, probably they have a lot of wealth to share,
Yeah.
but they're insecure. So they have to be like, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that is where it is coming from, and that is what they expect from us also. Whenever we try to settle it down, they'll not be able to pull it off because they in their mind they don't believe it.
Yeah. I've seen this happen a lot because you have to be you have to have a very different level of clarity in your thoughts to say that. Like, for example, I realized our target audience is not just agency owners in Alpha Clubs. Agency owners who are making anywhere between 1 to 5 lakh a month. If you're making anywhere above that, don't come. Anything less than 1, don't come. And it freaks me out when I pitch it in the webinar. Like, I'm like, अरे आधी जनता तो चली जाएगी इधर से. But then again, I see the meetings अच्छा अच्छे बंदे आ रहे हैं, conversion is high, cool. That balances. But I understand because you don't know what will happen, right?
Yeah. So should there be like more transparency in online ads with this is ChatGPT? Yeah. Should there be more transparency in online ads with coaches and consultants disclosing their paid partnerships and affiliations to build trust with their audience? And I'll tell you what I mean by this. I'll share an experience with you. I'm not going to call out the name of the person, but I'm going to share my experience. Buy this mic only. Buy this camera only. This mic is worth 20,000, right? I got this a month back. I could have gotten it before. I did my entire journey with a 4,000 rupee mic. This fancy camera came recently. This fancy setup came recently, right? Yeah. But then people are influencing other people's decisions, telling them that if you want to become like this and you want to hit these numbers, you got to do it, bro. And then they'll share those stories also that they had to pawn their wife's jewelry, or maybe they had to borrow money from here and there, and then afford all of these fancy equipment, and expensive equipment, and these tools and softwares, and then click on my link and then buy. So what I'm saying is, from my perspective, I'll show you from my perspective when I was that Rohan, this pre-phase of this, what I have become today. And I used to have this question, like, is this manipulation and heading, like, taking me in a bad direction? Like, why is this happening? Is this very selfish right now? Like, if I don't have money, can I not become a coach or a consultant and create content with like a bloody 500 rupee boya koi sa brand hai wo? That mic? Why? Who is telling me that I need a 20,000 rupee mic? Who is telling me that I need a 50,000 rupee camera? Who the heck? Can't I just spend 2,000 rupees on a ring light and just get a boya mic and just bloody heck go out there and
do it? It's the same kind of people who say you should be wearing suits day and night and be in the camera.
So that's really this is where this question is coming from.
Like, Vivek is like, kitne shots fire karega bhai?
No, I mean, should there be more transparency in online ads is what I'm saying. Like, because people don't. So the idea behind you guys who's watching and listening so far today, if you're enjoying it, throw a like, subscribe, you know the drill, do the boring stuff. It matters. Now, the reason why I'm sharing, like asking this question is because for people who are consumers who are buying, when you go to webinars and workshops to buy stuff, do it. We all do it. Jayant does it. Vivek does it. Not, we don't just sell it. We buy things also, right? But please be clear and maybe ask these questions, right? And then so that you don't get disappointed. And that's the reason why I'm asking this question. So that, what do you think about this? Should there be more clear, like, can you be more transparent in your online ads? That, hey, I'm gonna give you these tools and then still make sales, like get people come to you. Is that doable?
I think
Jayant goes
it's not
first.
a matter of should or something. It's like everybody has their freedom,
Yeah.
but yeah, ideally you should like be very clear on what you are giving
Yeah.
to people. That's there. But at the same time, like yeah, so this is classic objection handling, right? Every time I've pitched in the webinar, people have asked this question. Apart from the fees you have to pay for anything else, then you should have that clause. Like you should be like open. हाँ, इसके अलावा instantly का 5,000 रुपए लगेगा, अपोलो का इतना लगेगा, 10,000 रुपए महीना, इससे ज्यादा नहीं लगने वाला. And don't worry, and you know, if you buy from my affiliate link, you will get a discount. If not, like, I don't have an affiliate. So go buy stuff. But no, right? If you just do that, people appreciate that honesty a lot.
Yeah, I mean, for 15 months, I did this session for landing page domination participants where I used to call it a surprise session one day before the workshop. And for 15 months, every week, I used to give free information telling them about LVRG and stuff without my links or anything.
Dang.
For 15 months, every week, I was doing it. I was telling them, you
That's
guys are blowing up your money. What the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? क्या कर रहे हो तुम? मतलब अंधे हो गए हो क्या? Like, come on. Oh, dude. So yeah.
I mean, that's good. That's actually good. But then
Yeah,
again, how did that work for you?
it helped me grow my business, build trust, because
Yeah.
build trust. And it's always about, like, the only way I think that you can actually build trust is to first give, right? Because there's no other way, because people are always going to be judgmental. We all are, including myself, you guys, we all are somewhat there, because we've burnt our hands in the past. So we are very skeptical about things and people sometimes, but when someone gives something, then you start to open up with them. And I was coming from that angle of, I still remember, so when landing page domination was born, I went to my mom and I asked her that, how can I do this? What will I sell? Like, how can I sell, and etc. And I have all those inhibitions. And she simply said that, do what you wished and hoped for during your struggling and challenging days.
Whoa,
Give them that. And
Hmm.
I hoped and wished for कि यार इतने महंगे tools क्यों चाहिए मुझे? ये क्या कर रहे हो? Like, I wanted to do an online business because I thought it's cheaper than conventional offline business. I genuinely used to think that, and it is, honestly, it is the truth. It is cheaper than conventional business. It's much cheaper, right?
Yeah.
And
Overheads.
हाँ यार, like ये बहुत
Cap-
better है. So
Capex ही नहीं है.
yeah. And I was like, oh, then it struck me in the eyes that this surprise session was born like that. Then it became a thing. A lot
Alright,
of, yeah.
That's
For
good,
me,
that's good.
if I have to break it down, I still remember, I keep telling my clients all this. Out of all my clients at this point of time, Rohan had the highest conversion rate in his webinars. 15% होता था उसका conversion rate.
Yeah.
15% conversion to convert
Minimum
per,
tha. Yeah, that was like
minimum
the
tha.
minimum. Mm.
And when I used to like explain him in the breakdown, I used to tell them like the reason why it happens is because he used to be damn honest in his pre-session. He used to not sell anything in his pre-session. He used to be very damn honest about it. Now that is where again we are not in a, again, I'll tell you this, Indian coaching market is not yet, people think it's very बहुत coaches आ गए market में, but you have to go and see US or UK. That is a saturated market.
Oh,
It's a very old market. India में अभी there's not even
हो रहा है.
20% of it.
हो रहा है.
We are getting there.
That brings me
Right.
to, like,
Now-
I want you to continue on this. Okay, I'm so sorry. Just
Yeah.
continue on this. Take it towards market sophistication level. Like,
Right.
I like to jam about this topic, market sophistication. I've been like nerding on this.
Right.
I love this because I'm like, yeah, Continue.
So we are not even at the tipping point where the whole thing is going to break. Now, the reason I'm telling you all this stuff is because it is not the time when the change is to be done. Change nahi aayega. The change will not come from the creator side because we are not at the tipping side. When we are at the tipping side, the guy who is going to come out and say exactly this, by तुम्हें sure my भाई खरीदने का जरूरत नहीं है. You do not need to buy an Sony Alpha D to like come out with like great content. You just need to spill out the truth. That tipping point came with Alex in US last year.
Oh yeah,
That made him
that's
go
so true.
to this point. I still remember he comes to his videos and says, "Hey, this is Alex Mosi, and I have nothing to sell to you."
Yeah, that's
That
true.
was like shit. This guy doesn't have anything to sell. That tipping point is not there in India. So till that tipping point
How
comes,
far are we?
We are very far away.
How far?
We are very far away. We need more fashion pillars.
Dude, like, come on.
Again, the thing is, it's bad for the country. It's bad for everyone, but we need it. That is where the market has to go.
Oh, that's
there is a
beautiful.
cycle that happens.
I love this perspective. Like, love it. I think you need
there's
more
a cycle
villains.
That needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's there. Still, then it's the responsibility.
Villain ही बोल दिया यार भाई क्या कर रहे हो? Okay.
It's the responsibility of the person to understand and speculate. Is this the guy right person for me to follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you take this forward on this, Jayant, on market sophistication? Like market sophistication, what is your take on it?
People are really good at smelling bullshit.
No.
Yeah. I think going forward, I'm just purely talking about market sophistication. I'm talking about, at least what I'm seeing, people are very, very good at making clear logical decisions as opposed to 5 years ago. And in the next 5 years, since Rohan talked about how long, we will see, let's say, Anik Single bhi India aa raha hai. All this are like targeting India, trying to do this emotional selling, and we will be moving more towards a little bit of a logical side of things. And that is something that is already happening.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
I keep seeing reviews on Twitter and LinkedIn, and when I look at the comments, I'm like, ye sab mere customers. Like, all those people.
True.
And when I talk to them, it's like, I honestly, whenever I sell, I'm a very non-emotional person. Like emotional with friends, but whenever I buy stuff, it's always like logic. मेरे को कितना ROI निकलेगा, and that's the way I sell. And I've seen, at least in my perspective, that people are becoming more and more logical, and they can, when they see like a proper ROI, proper return, they take the decision. When it is not, they clearly smell it. Like ये काम नहीं करेगा हमारे लिए. So with that perspective, what I'm seeing is like the market is definitely getting educated, and though it took US, let's say, 15 years to hit this, अपने को 5 साल लगेगा ज़्यादा नहीं, because the internet penetration and all. But I don't know. Vivek might differ from me.
No, thanks to Gio.
I'm gonna do my entire services for free for a person who's gonna crack logical selling to a problem unaware market.
Oh, yeah. उसके लिए you need.
मैं बोलूँगा भाई मैं free में दूँगा तू कर. I'll support you with all my strengths.
Yeah, I think I can.
Logical selling to a problem unaware market.
This is a very good question, because I'll tell you, I was saving it for later, like as in for some other podcast. But there's like, I've created so maybe Jen, when we meet the next mastermind, I'll probably make you read through it. There's something like I've written something. I feel like there are no 5 stages of awareness. I feel there are 9 stages of awareness. Yeah, so I think it
all. Me also, okay, why am I getting इतना FOMO नहीं चाहिए लाइफ में, मुझे भी भेज.
मैं तो ये पुश कर रहा था indirectly कि आ जाओ साथ में. ठीक, और हमारी कोई affiliate commission नहीं है भाई. हम ऐसे ही बोल रहे हैं. ठीक है, so
क्या ही कर लेंगे तुम्हारा 10% commission लेके.
So I think it all starts from being result aware.
But I think the result aware, I can understand where you're coming from. It's like the ultimate level होना चाहिए वो, because
I'll tell you, a person who everybody a person can be a high buying intent audience for you, depending on how much result aware they are. Because only if they are result aware, then they move on to the second hidden stage, as I call it, is problem aware, pain aware, right? And then reason behind the problem aware or pain aware. So are they like, do they know the reason? Yeah. So I'll tell you why I created this, right? It's still in the making, in the works, but I'm going to be pushing it out very soon. It's almost done. I have been thinking about it very much. And I'll tell you where it's rooting from. It's coming from, if we understand logical reasoning or, stuff in marketing and how to influence people to get, make your ads work and stuff and offers work. But how do I make my people work, my clients, my students? How do I teach them? It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Right? How do I explain them that? Like, how do you write this stuff in, in ads and stuff? How do you tap into hidden buying motivators? How do you understand human psychology, etc.? And after I geeked on it for like months, I realized that 5 stages of awareness clear nahi samjha raha hai cheezon ko. And because I took so long, why? Because I'm challenging technically Eugene Schwartz. I was like,
मुझे दिमाग लगा के काम करना है, उसके बाद रिलीज करूंगा.
हाँ, ये तो बहुत बड़ा चीज है. Like, it can backfire also. So
when I think started learning copywriting, Eugene was like,
yeah,
that's fine.
I'm not saying it's incorrect. I'm just saying that I think it's for certain group of audience, exactly what Vivek mentioned. That's why I instantly came and chimed in there, because when you are teaching to problem unaware audience and you want to sell through logic, that's when the 9 stages of awareness that I was talking about is going to help you. Because when you go broad, when you increase your TAM, when you're doing it, you will go to problem unaware audience.
Yeah.
How would you manipulate them in a good way and influence their buying decision? How? Now you know it because you're a subject matter expert. Jayant knows it because he's a subject matter expert. How would you make a person who's not an SME become good at it? That's my question. How will you teach them? In the mastermind the other day, during the mastermind, I had this conversation with the GM, Gaurav Madan. I told him that, and that brings me to the next question also, which is like, I feel like the reason why I chose marketing as a thing and I wanted to become a coach consultant in marketing as the topic is because when I got started on the journey, I think I looked at marketers, a lot of marketers are like just show off. And like they'll just try to show their knowledge and gyan and they'll make it so technical and stuff and they'll get carried away. They're not thinking. And I'm like, dude, your mission and objective is to make it easy so that you spread your understanding and simplify shit. Like, ये क्या बोल रहे हो तुम, ये वो क्या है, normal audience को नहीं समझ आ रहा है भाई, क्या बोल रहे हो? So how will you drive results if people are not understanding you?
Yeah,
right. So what do you think about this, like in respect to simplifying stuff in marketing as the topic?
I'm telling this. So why would you go ahead and target a problem unaware market at all? If you are not if you are a subject matter expert, if you are not good enough to teach somebody who absolutely doesn't anything, you start with the top 3% people who already know that little bit away, and you gain your experience and expertise and slowly migrate into this. Like, I did not start teaching cold email to people. I say just start here. Started with agency owners, more experience. Now I teach to probably the most unaware market. But yeah,
I mean, that's
even target,
because it roots from exactly, like it's from different people will spot different problems to be the reason of they not being able to achieve the same outcome. They all want the same outcome, but everybody is spotting different reasons as the problems behind they not able to achieve that outcome. So say, for example, Jayant is selling email marketing course because he thinks that's what you got to do, or even marketing coaching program, for example, right? Now, for people who are aware of the importance of it, so problem aware technically, and also some bit of solution aware, use direction mein jana hai, they'll probably come and get attracted towards it. But at the same time, there are other audiences, other audience also at the same time, who is also struggling, but they don't realize the importance of email marketing. Now they're stuck.
Yeah.
Did that ignite some thought? Like, so my understanding is how the TAM bada hota hai, you'll start to go towards broader audience. So तुम इनको भी tap करना पड़ता है. So how will you
Yeah.
do that is the question.
Well, we have never tried doing it. जब भी हमने time expand करने की कोशिश करी, we never sold them anything. So right now we have like 5 different lead magnets going on,
Yeah.
and every lead magnet is education content, 0 sales happening there. Like, come 100-day free digital marketing course. Like, you don't know digital marketing? नाम सुना है, सीखना है, आ जाओ. So come read this. Like 30-day sales course, go watch it. So I don't pitch them at all, because I mean that's what we are doing right now. I don't know
Right.
whether anybody should do or not, because when we are expanding our target market, I think our main responsibility, and not what we should do, our responsibility is to educate them on the right problems.
Do
to
the
focus
right
on.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's where giving away this stuff on YouTube channel, speaking and explaining what is the right problem to focus on comes into picture. And that's what I thought, like, the moment you educate them on the right problem, they are not problem unaware anymore.
Yeah, that's so true.
They are not selling to problem unaware market at any given point of time anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sell it to a problem unaware market. You take into a problem aware state.
Yeah. This is
That's what the best you can do.
yeah. I mean, I love jamming on this topic because nobody's perspective, the right wrong ki baat hi nahi hai. It's about, you understanding how different people are thinking. Like how Vivek is thinking, how Jayant is thinking, how I'm thinking, looking at it, and then understanding how you would really want to go out there and make it happen. Recently, like we did for one of our clients, and she is in yoga as the niche, right? But she wanted to stand out because there's so much of noise. So we introduced yoga mudra, and then we realized like yoga mudra bhi theek hai, abhi unique solution na ho jaye because problem unaware na ho jaye log, because yoga mudra aa gaya, perceived value nahi hai yoga to kya hoga. And then we tapped into stress and anxiety as the problem.
Yes, I was just coming to this. I have a case study on this. I got a yoga teacher. When he came to me, he was like, "Arey Jayant, I want to teach yoga. Cool, I want to scale this business. ठीक, कितने में बेच रहा है? 5,000 में." Like, what? And he's doing live class every single morning. 5 बजे उठ के इतना मेहनत क्यों? Then he's like, somehow I'm not growing. I was barely making like a lakh or something when he joined our consulting. Then, well, like, okay, let's do a research. Who are the people coming and who would you like to target? Anybody who likes yoga? Ye kya scene? I also like yoga. Just because I like watching Shilpa Shetty doesn't mean I'll do yoga.
Yeah.
So what we did that research with him. Like we literally floated like a Google form. Like, why the fuck did you join my course at all? Right? And believe me, 80% of the people, no, not 80%, 60% of the people, to be specific, told that doctors advised me. 20% told that they had genuinely had interest. 10% told them that, okay, I like this guy. That's all. So that we discarded. So 20%, whatever. The 20%, so he wanted to target just those 20%. And imagine if we launched all our marketing campaign towards that 20%. We would have failed like miserably. And then जब 60% लोगों ने बताया कि like, you know what, doctors advised me to do some yoga and naturopathy, allopathy से नहीं होने वाला तुम्हारा. With this guy, then he plotted another form to those 60% people. Like, what problem did doctor advise you to like, advise you for? 80% of them in his audience, because he is good at that, came to him because of digestive issues, gut health. They're like, oh, change in positioning. Yoga teacher to gut health consultant who helps people heal their gut without medicines or other sort of Western technique, all naturally. Price point went from 5,000 to 35,000, and we spent 9,000 in ads, generated 1,31,000 in revenue.
Wow.
And
there you go.
I was like, when you mentioned the yoga teacher, मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा था, अरे ये problem क्यों नहीं fit? Then it fit. Oh,
yeah. We came, and this is the exact problem. Like, so I think we all like, this is a beautiful topic to talk about. I think like I really would want to jam on this for as long as I want to, but because we are short of time now, and Jayant has his wedding.
Dude, we spoke for like 2 hours already. Almost
2 hours.
1 hour.
नहीं, हो जाएगा, आधे घंटे में हो जाए. 1 hour something हो जाए.
Dude,
बोला not enough.
Yeah, I mean, guys, come on, like share kar do ye content, yeah, please. Right. So what I will come back to like the out of marketing now, okay? Because we anyway do that day in day out, and I want to ask you about something about business and also about friendship. This is my personal question also. I'll be very honest. Okay. I'm still in that dilemma. I'm not able to find the right answer. Maybe you guys can help me, and maybe our audience too. Okay. And the question is friendship in business meaningful? I mean, the reason why I ask this question is because they don't want to be your friends if you're not successful. So is it really meaningful?
So again, here I have a very, very good experience. Again, Rohan knows who I was talking about. Okay, who I'm talking about. Okay. There are certain kind of people.
समझ गया already.
There are certain kind of people who you grow with, you work with at a point of time, and you really enjoy their company because the way they are. Even now, if I go to Rohan, I will go to Delhi. I know that Rohan will party with me from 9 o'clock to morning 5 o'clock because we've done that with and with his family, because I know Rohan's wife Megha very well, and that's the way we are. There's another section of people where the friendship is very phased wise built and very strategic. Right. It's very hard to find. It's very hard to identify. It's very hard to decipher, and it's very hard to put them out of the room. But again, at that point of the time, when you're in the moment, everything feels very hunky and dory. But when that phase moves on, and that phase comes in when they moved on, you feel that like they were never fun. They were never a friend. We were just like good acquaintances who are good with good collaborations to each other.
Because you had a like something to give, and you had a skill. So there you go. Right?
Yeah. They again. It was a very transactional. It was very transactional.
What about what do you think about that, like Jayant?
I don't know, bro. I feel like every relationship in our life is transactional at some point, because like okay, this is a very deep question, Rohan. Why the fuck?
See, the idea
ऐसे सवाल कौन
about
पूछता
idea,
है?
yeah. See, ऐसे इसलिए पूछता हूँ यार, because ये सच बातें हैं. ये जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, this is the truth. जो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ वो सच है. और अभी fake चीजें बहुत हैं online यार.
The reality is, bro, like I feel like after listening to that question, I feel like I'm like a bad friend, because I have purposefully left my own friends because I felt like I had no use for them. And I have a good and bad perspective as well. I felt like मेरे life में ना, like I am at like priority number one is me, not even my wife or my family. Like I should be happy always. I don't care where you come from. And based on that, season by season, I have changed my friends.
Yeah.
And by God's grace, I have really good friends. Every time I needed help, and it's not like I didn't help them, I also helped them, they also helped me, but it was for that specific season.
Yeah.
And if there are some friends who grew with me, like from childhood, there was a few people I named, they became entrepreneurs. They were the one who pushed me into entrepreneurship. They grew very fast. I grew very fast. I'm still friends with them. There are people who did not grow with me. Like, bye. Like, I'll be wasting your time. You'll be wasting my time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing against them. Like, they're not bad people or whatever. But yeah.
You don't come to my marriage, it's fine. I don't care.
I'm still getting married.
Yeah, I'm still. So that's the way I look at it. And I don't know whether you call that a meaningful relationship or not. As long as in that season of your life, you are having a group of people who are willing to grow with you, just like we are in the mastermind where you're growing up together, and you are helping each other out in the times of need. For that season, that friendship has meaning. When the season passes, that meaning also passes, it changes. So it's okay to drop your friends at that point and maybe make new friends. If they can't evolve with you, then what's the point?
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good. Sound like a very bad person.
No, this is a real talk, bro. This is real talk. Yeah.
In the entire conversation, what I understood is like Jayant is absolutely ready for marriage, because he said like I'm the first priority and then my wife. And I'm like, iska shaadi bhi nahi hua abhi tak. So shaadi hai iska. He's ready for this.
Dude,
he's ready to own this.
I've been like married from 6 years.
Happy for you, man.
I've been married from 6 years. So welcome to the club. And I think it's a beautiful thing to be married. Like typical बेकार बातें बोलती है सोसाइटी, शादी मत करो, पुराने जोक्स अंकल वाले, बिल्कुल शादी करो.
अपने को अभी 10 साल हो गए, तो it feels like a
Oh, okay,
legal
that's
step.
oh,
Nice.
so then तो ये तो formality है.
Yeah.
हाँ,
So when I was in
Yeah.
Zurich, my struggling days, this lady, she was owning her nice big coaching institute, and when I was not earning, she used to send me salary just so that I can tell to her parents that I am having some salary. I didn't have. I was like, ये पहली लड़की है जो मुझे पैसा दे रही है. What? पाइप बनाते हैं.
Very nice.
Not a very nice way to put it though. कह रहे ये अच्छी लेडी है, इसको पाइप बनाते हैं.
पैसे मिल रहे हैं यहाँ से. That meant a lot. Like for the first time, nobody is demanding me for it. Like she is like, buy her. Like ये तू रख ले, बाद में दे दियो. Like, oh, this never happened to me ever. Cool.
Yeah, right. We tend to trust people who like are backing us up in the worst times. That is the people who are going to stay with us. And even if these people are bad people, no, we have a very strong emotional connection to them. Like, he was there with me with my bad times. So, and if there's people are good people, उनसे तो शादी कर लो, जैसे जयंत कर रहा है. Sorted है, my life crisis.
All right, so I've got more questions, but I think we'll end it here. It's been a long podcast, and but I intend to keep it 60 to 90 minutes, guys. If you are just a short form content guy or girl, watch your perspective is not for you. So anyway, guys, please tell them where can they find you. Instagram handle, maybe just tell them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not active on Instagram though. LinkedIn
Twitter,
पे search कर लो.
LinkedIn,
YouTube. I'm pretty much active in both the platforms. Jayant Padhi. Just search my name, I'll come up.
Do you want to
With a blue background.
Spell your last name.
JAYANTPADHI.
Yeah.
Just Google that. You'll have a blue color background वाले profile pic के दो profiles, one on LinkedIn, one on YouTube.
Also call out your audience, specific audience, bro, because I want you to also.
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah. If you are not a agency owner, probably I can't help you a lot. Freelancers, agency owners who are making 1 to 5 lakhs a month and want to go to 10 lakh to 15 lakhs a month, I would be happy to help them with my coaching. If not, my content is there, which is free. So go watch.
That's it. Vivek, go for it. Shoot. Vivek, are you there?
It is stuck.
अरे इतना बुरे टाइम पे स्टक हुआ. Okay, he's back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like call to action के टाइम पे
वही बोल रहा हूँ भाई, कितने गलत टाइम पे
gave up me to me. Like भाई तू जो सेल ही नहीं कर, तू अलेक्स हार्मोज ही बन जा, तू सेल ही मत कर. Okay, Alex Harmon, this is my calling. Okay, this is my calling. Okay.
संन्यास ले लो
So
भाई.
yeah, guys, you can find.
Yeah.
You can find me in by Vivek Kandula, BYVIVKKNDULA on my Instagram, and also same on my LinkedIn. And anyone who is a good coach and good consultant, again, my services are free for whoever can sell. I'll do a logical selling for an unaware audience, but apart from that, anyone who is really, really interested to grow their businesses and have a very good product which can help the market.
Oh,
bye.
Yeah, for you.
Awesome.
Using
Perfect
ads.
pitch.
Yeah, so I'll tell you that, every so for the people who's listening to this podcast right now, everybody that I come here, I don't have this scarce mindset that they will steal away my audience or anything like that. I don't think that's like, whoever will resonate with me will come to me. Whoever will resonate with Jayant will go to Jayant. Whoever will resonate with Vivek will go to Vivek. Uska kismat ka main le sakta, meri kismat ka wo nahi le sakta. It's like that's the way I think. So you already know. Go out there, please follow them. These are my intention behind this podcast, and getting special guests on this podcast is to help you follow the right people. Right. So I don't want to get anybody and everybody because I want them to have like 1 million followers so that I can gain my followers. That's not my intention. My intention is to get people because of the work they do. And I respect the work they do. That's why they're here. So it's pretty damn good. So maybe follow Jayant, follow Vivek, and do some good for me also in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yes. थोड़ा फैला दो podcast फैला दो.
Bye को follow करो. Bye is killing it. Yeah. Follow.
All right, guys. Thank you
Been
for
waiting
being
for this
here.
for a long while.
Yeah. यार ये lag है विवेक के ना उसमें.
saying
You take like a screenshot of his face right now.
I was about to ask for a picture. I think this
Done.
calls for it.
Oh, why Vivek?
मैंने तो ले लिया, bro.
Am I stuck? Am I stuck? Am I back? Is it better?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. So I was saying, okay. So thank you guys for being here. Yeah, loved every bit of it. We'll catch up again and do another podcast maybe. I'll share the links with you guys once I upload it. It'll go out by next week. Yeah, I'll have the poster ready and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for people for listening and watching. Wherever you were listening and watching, please throw a like, subscribe, share, comment, engage. Bye-bye.